Another lockdown is about to occur. Greetings, and once again, welcome to the Global Perspective News Channel, my family. Bringing the truth to you, welcome to this very special and wonderful episode of my video. And know that I will always be grateful to all of you who have supported me on this channel since the beginning. You know, the man who predicted a lockdown some time ago, which I would really love for us to hear. You know what he said about the last pandemic that hit us? That one was a plandemic, not a pandemic. You had to be really stupid not to see that it was planned. And I promise you there will be more to come. As I speak with you, they are already making plans. They are sitting in offices, figuring out what to do with our free time. They'll be stricter with this one because, as I mentioned above, there is another one coming that is stricter than this one and will make this one look like child's play. Trust me. I couldn't bring everything for you because there was so much exposure, but some important things or some things I'm bringing to you today should help. You mentioned your anger, the family day you had with the prophet, and you guys while I was at this meeting, and the things you're about to listen to yesterday. He replied, "Don't get distracted with all this fight between ministers going online. See, there's a bigger picture. This is why, as Christians, we must pray more. There's something more significant going on here that Christians are meant to pay attention to." Okay, so this meeting focused on the state of the world and a review of current global events that Christians cannot ignore. Several significant and influential individuals discussed upcoming events, so I'd like you to listen to this and remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Watch this, guys, and I'll be back soon. A lot of crazy things are happening. While it is important for everyone to pay attention, I felt it was necessary to add the word Christian. This is because oftentimes we are unaware that in the same way that Jesus Christ established the church as an institution during his ascension, telling people to go into all the world and giving instructions, many Christians are also unaware that Satan has established successful institutions of his own on earth. To start with, there is the Lucis Trust. You can simply visit lucitrust.org and research the organization on your own. Their original name was Lucifer's Trust, but it was changed to Luciferian Order after people started yelling, "Lucifer, Lucifer, Lucifer." They said, let's rebrand this so that people won't really know, and they did. After that, they turned the idea over to Lucis Trust, and they currently operate a press known as Lucis Press. Now that you know this, you should know that Lucis Press has printed every United Nations document from the day the organization was founded until this very moment as I talk to you. Parent organization of the United Nations, offices dedicated to its purpose can be found inside every UN building. Many of you are unaware of this, or more accurately, many Christians have not grasped this concept. Lucifer's Trust is a group that the devil established through Satan Lucifer in order to forward his plans for the planet. Lucy, I have faith that you will establish the United Nations, UNESCO, and numerous other institutions that are relevant to international affairs. Chatham House can accept the 10 laws of rebellion because there is a clear correlation between CFR and Chatham House, as well as a direct corrective. It was sent to Earth by the devil in the first person. I won't even try to go over it. Simply search for 10 laws of rebellion on Google and read it for yourself. I am talking about over 100 years if the devil has an organized organization that he has utilized to function on Earth. I will walk you through documents, show you where these things have happened, and maybe even next week or in our next meeting. Therefore, must Christians or members of the church spend time with activities that God has not given us to perform throughout this very organized, devilish scheme. I mean, sometimes you look at what's happening in some of our churches, sometimes you look at the press, and sometimes you look at something that's all over social media, and you're like, do these guys even know what's going on? Are they aware that there's a siege on Earth right now? Look, when you talk about things like the arrival of the Antichrist, it's not as if these things are limited to the book of Revelations as they once were. Instead, we are looking at them happening now. Thus, when we observe that Jesus once drove out demons, the devil questioned why Jesus was doing so and implied that he was attempting to destroy the devil before their time. This indicates that they were aware that humanity is ruled by the seasons and times exclusively on Earth. The demons understood that there is a period in the realms of the spirit. The question is, what time are we in right now? They knew the spirit's timing. They knew the time, so they knew it was not their time. What time is it in God's calendar now, 2024? For this Earth, or the calendar for humankind's existence? Because, like it or not, this is reality now rather than just what Christians talk about. Not too long ago, I said everything I mentioned earlier. You may visit Thomas Robert Malthus' Wikipedia page and observe that many of these things are present. He was born in 1766 and passed away in 1834. This man makes the following statement: if we continue like this, the power of population is indefinitely greater than the power in the earth to produce subsistence for man. Thus, he began to postulate that if the population grows indefinitely, the earth will no longer be able to support humanity. Malthus noted that an increase in the nation's food production improves the well-being of the population. His statement contradicts God's instruction to man to populate and take dominion over the earth. But this is where these ideas start to seep in. For example, when Jesus was speaking to Peter, Peter said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus responded, "Oh, flesh and blood could not have revealed it to you." The Bible then states that Jesus was discussing his death, and Peter said, "Master, you cannot die. You cannot die. We will miss you now. If you go, what will happen to us?" The Bible also states that Jesus said, "Get behind me, Satan." This indicates that Jesus was spiritually perceptive enough to recognize that this was the devil speaking. What I'm trying to convey is that sometimes you'll find thoughts and speculation that are really the devil outlining his plans for humanity. The originator of population control is Thomas Malthus. Everyone who currently reduces the population does so using the theories pioneered by Thomas M., an esteemed economist and academician. Just take a look at his work in macroeconomics and classical economics, demography to be exact. Now pay attention to what this UNESCO employee has to say. Please give this a moment's attention while I read it to you on behalf of UNESCO. What is UNESCO? It is the umbrella of the United Nations, which stands for United Nations Education, Science, and Cultural Organizations. Therefore, to put it another way, they are in charge of teaching humanity. The man now states that it is horrible that we have to declare that in order to stabilize the world's population, 350,000 people must be killed every day. He made this statement in 1968. The whole state of affairs in which we find ourselves is terrible. In other words, the individual starts to suggest that UNESCO ought to be involved in the depopulation. This is so awful to consider that we ought not to even mention it. I believe that many Christians are ignorant of global events when I witness them fighting among themselves over doctrinal issues, for example. They don't even know how the Antichrist will appear. So you see, they don't know, roughly. And these guys are simply doing it. They are not even planning it. As the text states, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." You know what I mean. Dr. Chris discusses them. Constantly bring them to your attention, although the majority of individuals are unaware of the situation. Their preference is to simply watch films of Christians fighting with one another, unaware of the devil's covert sponsorship of wicked deeds throughout the world. The majority of them don't care about it, but eventually, when the majority of these things occur, their eyes will open and they will realize that we need to pray. Because of this, I'm bringing you this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons.